Silence can be a fortress, a shield, and at times, a prison for the woman who carries her pain in silence. Each day is a testament to resilience. She walks among us, her face often calm, her smile unwavering. Yet beneath the surface lies a world of struggle and strength. Her silence isn't weakness. It's a conscious decision to endure, to protect, and to rise above. This kind of woman doesn't cry out for sympathy. She doesn't wear her pain as a badge to gain attention. Instead, she channels it into her work, her care for others, and her unwavering determination. Society often overlooks her sacrifices, mistaking her silence for indifference. But in reality, her quiet strength is extraordinary. Why does she choose silence? It's not because she doesn't feel or doesn't want to share. It's because she knows the value of composure in a chaotic world. She doesn't want to burden others, and sometimes she fears that speaking her truth will be misunderstood. So, she carries her pain alone, transforming it into growth and fortitude. Every day, this woman puts on a mask of normalcy. To the outside world, she appears unshaken. She laughs, she works, and she cares for her family and friends. Yet, this mask is not deceit. It's her way of protecting herself and those she loves. Her mask is a double-edged sword. While it helps her navigate life without drawing too much attention, it can also isolate her. People assume she's fine because she rarely reveals her inner world. They don't see the nights when she lies awake, wrestling with her fears and doubts. This woman's mask is a form of armor. It shields her vulnerabilities, allowing her to continue despite the storm she faces. But every now and then cracks appear. When they do, it's a reminder that even the strongest among us need support, even if they struggle to ask for it. The inner dialogue behind her silence is a constant dialogue with herself. She questions her decisions, her worth, and her strength. She revisits past mistakes and worries about the future. But within this internal conversation, there is also hope. Her pain teaches her lessons that others may never understand. It shows her the depth of her resilience and the capacity of her heart to endure. She learns to forgive herself and others, even when forgiveness feels impossible. Through her silent struggles, she becomes more empathetic, understanding the unseen battles others might be facing. This inner dialogue isn't always kind, but it's transformative. Over time, she discovers that her pain is not her identity. It's a part of her story, but not the entirety of it. How she finds strength for the woman who carries her pain in silence. Strength is not optional. It's necessary. She draws it from unexpected places. The laughter of her children, the beauty of a sunrise, the comforting words of a friend. These small moments become lifelines, reminding her that life is still beautiful, even amidst suffering. Her strength often comes from a deep spiritual connection, whether through prayer, meditation, or simply reflecting on her purpose. She finds solace in believing that her struggles have meaning. She clings to the hope that her pain will one day lead to growth, healing, and perhaps even joy. Over time, she learns to see her pain not as a burden, but as a source of wisdom. It shapes her character, making her more compassionate and understanding. Her strength is not loud or boastful. It's quiet, steady, and unwavering. The lesson she teaches us this woman's journey is not just her own. Her silent strength teaches profound lessons to everyone around her. She shows us that vulnerability and strength can coexist, that silence can be powerful, and that enduring pain can lead to immense growth. Her life reminds us to be kinder, not just to others, but also to ourselves. We never truly know the battle someone is fighting, and her story encourages us to approach the world with more empathy and understanding. Through her example, we learn the importance of resilience and the beauty of hope. She demonstrates that even in the darkest times, there is light to be found if we're willing to look for it. How we can support her while this woman often prefers to carry her pain alone, she still needs love and support. The best way to help her is to be present. Listen when she's ready to talk, and offer kindness without judgment. It's important to create a safe space where she feels comfortable being vulnerable. Let her know that it's okay to share her struggles and that asking for help is not a sign of weakness. Sometimes, the most profound support comes from simply acknowledging her efforts. A heartfelt thank you or a genuine, "I see how hard you're trying," can mean more to her than you realize. The unseen burden she carries, a woman who bears her pain in silence, often does so because she feels misunderstood. She believes that the weight of her struggles might be too much for others to bear or comprehend. These unseen burdens are a testament to her endurance, a choice she makes to protect those around her from the full force of her pain. She may silently grieve over losses, from a shattered relationship to unfulfilled dreams. Each burden she carries shapes her character, but not always in ways that others can see. Her pain becomes a private narrative, etched into her soul, yet invisible to the world. Her decision to keep her struggles hidden is often rooted in fear. Fear of rejection, fear of judgment, and fear of vulnerability. Yet, even in her solitude, she finds ways to heal, whether through journaling, prayer, or simply taking a quiet walk in nature. Her silence can be a powerful tool for introspection. By looking inward, she gains clarity and strength. This self-reflection, while painful, allows her to grow in ways she never imagined. Her burdens, though heavy, become stepping stones to wisdom and resilience. Despite her strength, there are moments when her burdens threaten to overwhelm her. These moments of weakness are a reminder that even the strongest people need support. Yet, her reluctance to ask for help means that she must navigate these challenges alone. The unseen burdens she carries are not just a reflection of her pain, but also her love. Her silence is often an act of protection for those she cares about, shielding them from the storm she faces within. It's a profound act of selflessness, even if it comes at a personal cost. Ultimately, her burdens teach her that pain, while isolating, is also universal. Her silent struggles connect her to the broader human experience, reminding her that she is never truly alone. The duality of strength and vulnerability are not opposites, but two sides of the same coin. A woman who carries her pain in silence embodies this duality, showing the world her strength while privately wrestling with her vulnerability. Her strength is evident in her ability to keep going, even when everything inside her screams to stop. She gets out of bed each morning, fulfills her responsibilities, and supports those around her, all while dealing with her inner struggles. Her ability to persevere is nothing short of heroic, yet her vulnerability is just as profound. Behind her strength lies a fragile heart, bruised by life's challenges, but still beating with hope and love. This vulnerability is not a weakness. It's a reminder of her humanity. It's what makes her relatable and inspiring. Her duality teaches us that it's okay to be both strong and vulnerable. Life is not about choosing one over the other, but finding a balance between the two. By embracing both sides of herself, she becomes a more complete and authentic person. This balance is not easy to achieve. It requires her to confront her fears and insecurities, to accept her imperfections, and to forgive herself for her mistakes. But in doing so, she discovers a deeper sense of peace and self-worth. Her duality also makes her a source of strength for others. Her ability to navigate both strength and vulnerability inspires those around her to do the same. She shows us that it's okay to admit when we're struggling, and that seeking help is a sign of courage, not weakness. Ultimately, the duality of strength and vulnerability is what makes her truly remarkable. It's a reminder that even in our darkest moments, we have the capacity to grow, to heal, and to find light. The invisible strength within a woman who carries her pain in silence exhibits a strength that often goes unnoticed by the world. Her resilience is not loud or dramatic, but quiet and steady, built through countless moments of perseverance in the face of adversity. Her strength is forged in the crucible of her experiences. Every setback, heartbreak, and challenge becomes a lesson, a building block in her character. She doesn't dwell on her struggles. Instead, she uses them as fuel to keep moving forward. This invisible strength is not about never feeling pain, but about how she chooses to respond to it. She doesn't let her emotions control her actions. Instead, she channels her energy into productive pursuits, focusing on what she can control and letting go of what she cannot. Her ability to endure without complaint is both admirable and heartbreaking. It's a testament to her fortitude, but also a reminder of the burden she carries alone. Her silence speaks volumes about her courage, but also about the societal pressures that discourage vulnerability. Even in her quiet strength, there are moments when she feels the weight of her pain. In these moments, she turns to her inner reserves of hope and faith, drawing strength from her belief that better days are ahead. Her invisible strength is a source of inspiration to those around her. While they may not fully understand her struggles, they see her determination and resilience, and it encourages them to find their own strength. Ultimately, her invisible strength is a reminder that true courage is not about never feeling pain, but about choosing to keep going despite it. It's about finding light in the darkest moments and using it to guide others. The silent language of suffering pain has a language of its own, one that doesn't always require words. A woman who carries her pain in silence speaks this language fluently, expressing her struggles through her actions, her demeanor, and even her silence. Her suffering is not visible to the untrained eye. To most people, she appears calm and composed, a pillar of strength. But those who look closely can see the subtle signs of her pain, the tired look in her eyes, the way she hesitates before speaking, the moments of introspection when she thinks no one is watching. This silent language is a way of protecting herself and others. She doesn't want to burden those around her with her struggles, so she keeps them to herself. Her silence is a shield, a way of maintaining control over her emotions and her narrative. Yet, this silence can also be isolating. By not sharing her pain, she risks cutting herself off from the support and understanding she deserves. Her silence becomes a wall that separates her from those who care about her. Despite this, her silent language is also a form of strength. It allows her to process her emotions on her own terms, to find her own path to healing. Her silence is not a sign of weakness, but of her determination to overcome her struggles. Those who take the time to understand her silent language often find a deep well of wisdom and resilience. Her pain has taught her lessons that she can share with others, even if she doesn't express them directly. Ultimately, her silent language of suffering is a reminder that pain is a universal experience, one that can connect us even in the absence of words. It's a testament to the power of empathy and understanding, and a call to look beyond the surface to see the struggles that others may be hiding. The resilience and quiet endurance a woman who carries her pain in silence embodies a resilience that transcends mere physical strength. This resilience is a quiet defiance against a world that often misunderstands her calm exterior as indifference. Each day she chooses to rise, to face the challenges that test her spirit, is a testament to her inner fortitude. Her endurance isn't about denying her pain, but managing it in a way that allows her to move forward. She acknowledges her struggles privately, ensuring they don't define her entirely. This balance between vulnerability and strength is a delicate art she has mastered over time. Every silent victory against her pain is a reminder of her ability to adapt. Whether it's through finding solace in her faith, losing herself in creative pursuits, or simply taking one step at a time, she transforms her suffering into fuel for personal growth. Yet, her quiet endurance isn't without its costs. The weight of her unspoken struggles can feel overwhelming, threatening to crush her spirit. But she remains steadfast, finding moments of peace in the chaos. Her resilience is her anchor, keeping her grounded even when the tides of life are turbulent. Her ability to endure doesn't mean she doesn't feel deeply. On the contrary, her pain often sharpens her empathy, making her more attuned to the suffering of others. This connection becomes a source of strength, reminding her she's not alone in her struggles. The world benefits immensely from her resilience. Through her example, she teaches others that strength doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers, "Keep going, Her ability to endure silently inspires those around her to find their own inner strength. Ultimately, her resilience is a testament to the human spirit's capacity for perseverance. It's a reminder that even in the face of immense pain, there is hope, strength, and the possibility of brighter days ahead. The compassion hidden beneath silence, a woman who carries her pain in silence, often possesses a profound sense of compassion. Her own struggles have taught her the value of kindness, making her a source of comfort for those in need. Her empathy is a quiet force, offering solace without demanding recognition. Her compassion is rooted in her understanding of suffering. Having faced her own battles, she can empathize with the pain of others, even if they never voice it. She sees the unspoken struggles in the eyes of those around her, offering support in subtle, meaningful ways. This hidden compassion is a balm for others, but it can also be a burden. By prioritizing the needs of others, she sometimes neglects her own. Her silence becomes a double-edged sword, protecting her vulnerabilities while isolating her from the support she deserves. Despite this, her compassion remains unwavering. It's a reflection of her strength and character, a testament to her ability to rise above her pain and extend a hand to others. Her kindness is a choice, not a consequence, a deliberate act of defiance against the darkness she has faced. Her compassion often manifests in small, quiet gestures, a reassuring smile, a thoughtful word, a helping hand. These acts of kindness may seem insignificant, but they have the power to change lives. They remind others of the goodness in the world, even when it feels scarce. Her hidden compassion is also a source of healing for herself. By helping others, she finds purpose and meaning in her struggles. Her pain becomes a bridge that connects her to others, transforming isolation into unity. Ultimately, her compassion is a legacy, a ripple effect that extends far beyond her immediate circle. It's a reminder that even in the face of immense pain, there is always room for kindness, for love, and for the hope of brighter days. The strength found in vulnerability, a woman who carries her pain in silence often discovers profound strength in her vulnerability. The world may view her quiet demeanor as a shield, but beneath it lies an immense courage to face the raw truths of life. Vulnerability, for her, is not a weakness, but a doorway to authentic living. She learns to embrace her emotions rather than suppress them. Through her silent struggles, she discovers that acknowledging her pain allows her to grow. It's through this acceptance that she transforms her vulnerability into an asset, one that deepens her understanding of herself and others. Her quiet strength lies in her ability to balance vulnerability with resilience. She doesn't let her emotions overwhelm her. Instead, she channels them into constructive outlets. Whether it's through journaling, art, or quiet reflection, she finds ways to express herself without seeking external validation. This strength is also reflected in her relationships. By being vulnerable, she creates deeper connections with those who truly care for her. Her authenticity attracts individuals who appreciate her for who she is, rather than what she pretends to be. Her ability to remain vulnerable while carrying her pain inspires others. She shows that it's possible to be both strong and sensitive, that vulnerability is not something to be feared but embraced. Her courage to face her emotions becomes a beacon of hope for those who feel lost in their struggles. The journey to embracing vulnerability is not easy. It requires confronting fears, letting go of societal expectations, and accepting oneself unconditionally. But through this process, she discovers a sense of freedom and inner peace that transcends her pain. Ultimately, her vulnerability is a source of power. It allows her to connect with her authentic self and live a life that's true to her values. Her silent strength reminds us all that there is immense power in being unapologetically human.